So my topic this morning is, it's me o'clock. Now most of you know that I absolutely love commercials, right? Yeah. In fact, most of my titles are from commercials. There's no need to reinvent the wheel, you know. They got some good stuff going, and I just attach myself to it. But the reason that I love commercials so much is because I see the people who write them as artists. And I see commercials as art forms. To me, commercials represent the art of clarity. Clarity. Now, to be able, just think about this. To be able to pass on a clear message that conveys the qualities of a product, why everybody needs it, where you can find it, how much it costs, and that they usually consist of a catchy slogan of 2 or more words that conjures up a complete picture of what is being conveyed. That
was easy.
Right?
That was easy.
Okay, now when you hear that, you see a picture in your mind. Somebody standing at Staples, everything they need is right in front of them. It's cheap, buy it all, right? Okay, or even a catchy tune they convey. How about this one? You deserve a break today. What do you hear? Who wants to go out and get an Egg McMuffin right now? Right? Something in you knows that there's a subconscious connection to that. And the beauty of it is that it does all that in 15 to 30 seconds. Now that's art. That's art. And not only is it art, it's clarity. That's clarity. Now, I have to be careful here this morning because after hearing this, many of you may start wishing that your ministers would take some advertising classes, you know? Take a cue from that advertiser. Just think you could come in on Sunday morning, sing a couple of songs, say a prayer, hear a 30-second pitch that would leave an impression on your subconscious mind and have the rest of the day to yourself. Go home and watch football or something, huh? Okay, sounds pretty good. So I had to be careful. But I want to say that this morning, I'm going to take a little more than 30 seconds to tell you what I've got to tell you. But you knew that, right? You knew that, all right? But I want these 3 words to leave an impression in your subconscious. Those 3 words. It's me o'clock. Now, it's me o'clock. Of course, I wish I had coined that phrase, but I didn't. It's an artful slogan by the Jell-O Pudding Company. Okay? And they use it to talk about their delicious chocolate mousse. Okay, and it's an invitation. It's an invitation to indulge in something delicious. It's time. That's what me o'clock is. It's time to indulge in greater pleasures. Wow. So I love that word indulge, because indulge to me says we spoil ourselves. We treat ourselves to something greater, that we pamper ourselves, that we coddle ourselves. So see, I like that word. So this morning, I want to give you that same message with those same 3 words, except I won't be talking about chocolate mousse. Okay, that's the only difference. But it's me o'clock is a very, very powerful message that I want you to walk away with, that has made an impression in your subconscious, to remind us that it's time to start honoring who we are. Just like Amy said. It's time to wake up to who we are and stop denying ourselves. Stop denying ourselves. We are, when it comes to pleasure, we are so conditioned to self-denial. A lot of people have a lot of trouble embracing pleasure. We've even attached words like guilty to it. Guilty pleasures. As if the more indulgent it is, the worse we should feel about it. Now, I want to tell you, I have no trouble with embracing pleasure and indulgence. I have no trouble with that because for me, it makes perfect sense. And you know why? I figure that if it's the Father's great pleasure to give us the kingdom, then it should be our great pleasure to receive it. Doesn't that make sense? You know? And so you look at all that conditioning that we've had that says, you know, if somebody asks you if you want some, say no thank you. You listen to all that conditioning that we've had and you begin to recognize if all that the Father has is mine, why am I saying no thank you? Dr. Holmes said, people are immortal beings, not because they earn immortality, paying for a heavenly place through a lifetime of self-denial. They are immortal because they are made of immortal stuff. All people are immortal, he says, not just because they choose to be or because they believe in some particular doctrine, not because they are Christians, Jews, or pagans, but because they are divine. Humanity, he says, is divinity wearing a mask. That's what we have to remember. We have to wake up and remember who we are. We have to wake up and remember all that has been given to us, all that's available to us now. See, Dr. Holmes is saying, don't you know who you are? He's saying, don't you see what's been given to you? See, he's saying you don't have to deny yourself. And it doesn't matter who told you that you did in the past. Because in any moment, we can recognize it's me o'clock and wake up to the truth of our being. Wake up to who we are right now. And see, that to me is why advertisers are so successful, because they have a clear purpose in mind. See, they know what they need to tell you, and they tell you with clarity, and they tell you very concisely. Now, what if we could be that clear with our purpose, with our life purpose? What if we could be that clear with it? Identify what we're here to express, and then express it. Then give it to the world as our gift. Reverend Lacey taught a class this summer called A Happy Pocket Full of Money, and we're using this book in Science of Mind 100. And the author, David Cameron Giocondi, says, what is your purpose? What's your purpose? Why are you here? He says, only by knowing and declaring your purpose and holding it high every day can you move forward fast. Can you move forward fast in the right direction for you and have a great time doing so? I could really stop here, couldn't I? Okay, this really says it, doesn't it? Okay, but he says you can discover what your purpose is by asking yourself this question and by being true to yourself. Being true to yourself. Your special talent is usually your purpose. Or it may be something you always felt, especially as a child, that you could do very well.